Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah. So today I'm going to talk about kayaking or paddleboarding at Silver Springs in Ocala, Florida. Now, the great thing about Silver Springs is that if you're not interested in kayaking or paddleboarding, or maybe there are some people in your family or your travel group who are not interested in kayaking or paddleboarding, they can go on the glass bottom boat that is offered at Silver Springs. Now, I do have some fond memories that are very, very fuzzy, but I do remember doing the glass bottom boat as a child with my family, and so it is a great option for anyone either just not able to or doesn't want to get in a kayak or on a paddleboard. However, in the last year, I have done both kayak and paddleboard at Silver Springs, and it was just absolutely beautiful. So here's just a quick rundown. Now, of course, you do have to pay for an entrance fee regardless of what activity that you do at Silver Springs, but I'm pretty sure it might be per person, but if not, it's per car. And either way, it's a very minimal fee, so nothing to worry about. And then you can rent kayaks or paddle boards, and with my cousin and her young kids, she had basically, I think they were like 8, 6, and 4, somewhere in that range. And so there were 3 adults, and we each had a kayak and a kid in the kayak with us. And so for that, we did kind of a circle. We started and ended in the same place. It was beautiful. There was kind of an area that was just really for kayaks and paddleboarders. And then when you circle around, you kind of end up on the main lake where you'll see like the glass bottom boats go by. Anyways, it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful paddle, and it is worth it if you just want to go in that circular motion, maybe because you have young children with you, or you're just not up for what I'm about to tell you for the next option. So for the next option, I did as a paddleboard, and I did rent it as opposed to taking my own paddleboard, and that was just because I didn't want to take my paddleboard on the long drive. And so if you take your own, I think you only pay for the shuttle, but if you rent, the shuttle is included, and I loved the 5-mile Downstream Paddle. It was so, so, so beautiful. Now, I recommend for any paddling or just anything, just get there in the morning before all of the tourists come. The one exception is if you want to do a paddling experience but are afraid of gators. Sometimes just having crowds around can give you, I guess, more confidence when there's gators around. And there are gators at Silver Springs, so just keep that in mind. They're not going to bother you, but it is something you should keep in mind. But the 5-mile paddle, it's just so nice. So you start out on kind of the lake water that you can't see through. But then you end up on the clear Silver Springs River. And because it's downstream, there are times I just didn't even paddle and I just enjoyed the view. We saw numerous gators, but I will say that I have grown up here and I'm used to spotting gators. If you are not used to spotting gators, you might miss them because they do kind of blend in and they're on the sides. So the water is clear. If a gator was approaching you, you would see it. I could see turtles, I could see the grass. I mean, it's just, the water is so beautiful. And then once you get to the end of this 5-mile paddle, you kind of paddle off to the left into this little park area, and they will pick you and your paddleboard or kayak up and take you back to the starting point, which is where your car would be. Now, I absolutely love this paddle. I'm not afraid to see a gator. Obviously, I don't want the gators coming towards me, and I don't want to be close to them, but they really won't bother you. And so as long as they're chilling on the side, I'm not afraid of them. Now, Silver Springs also has monkeys, but I was told the monkeys are mean. And so if you do come across the monkeys, don't get too close. One of the workers at Silver Springs told me that a woman's kayak was capsized by a monkey. So yeah, they're not nice. And I think it's because people have been feeding them. So don't feed the monkeys. Don't feed the gators either. You know, they're wild animals, let them be wild, and just enjoy them from a distance. Overall, it's such a beautiful place to visit if you're able to. If you're not and you're at other parts of Florida and there's a spring close by, There are similarities, obviously. Springs are known for having that clear, crisp, cold water. So you can have a very wonderful experience in another springs. So yeah, absolutely check it out if you're in the area. It's so beautiful. I highly recommend it. And then in the winter, they do have manatees, as most springs will have manatees in the winter because the manatees will come to the warmer waters of the springs. So there's plenty of wildlife to see and enjoy. If you're not good at spotting gators, but you want to definitely see gators on your Silver Springs paddle, then I would recommend doing a tour. Now, I learned about the 5-mile downstream paddle from the tour that I did for bioluminescence. It was a local guide and he was fantastic, told me about it, and that's ultimately why I checked it out. So if you for sure want to see a gator and you're just not sure you'd be able to spot them, go on a tour. I'll link the bioluminescent guide who goes there sometimes, and also just if you want to check out for bioluminescence. I'll link the stuff for Silver Springs. I'll link some tours as well, just in case you want to check out any of those. Well, if this video is helpful, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing day.